Welcome back, and welcome to another episode of Greatest's Let's Play Modded Minecraft series. Today, I think we need fuel. Yes, fuel would be good. Let's see what we can do about that with Thorn. So we're now ready to actually do something else with Thorncraft. We want a fuel source, and by the way, if you notice that in the corner, that's Direwolf 20's refilling system. There's still a bug with it, unfortunately, but again, if you want to know more about that, it basically auto-refills this whole jar setup. If you want to know more about that, check his video. Anyway, but what I actually want to do today is also do, yeah, I want a better fuel source. You see, in here, in the furnace, got coal. Coal's alright, but it's a bit boring and it's not renewable. What is renewable is charcoal, which I could use instead. But there is another fuel source that's probably far more magical anyway. So, I want to get to that. What's that? It's Alumentum. So, what I want to actually do is build one of these. Automated alchemy. I mentioned it in the previous episode, but it's basically an automated version of this crucible. Which reminds me. Where's my wand? First thing we need is crucible, as you expect. There we go. Need some lag on my connection again, so I may have to switch, but at the moment we'll bear with it. That goes on the bottom. And above that, we're going to need to, what you may have just seen in the work table, alchemical constructs. So 1, 2. They're just flux filters, essential tubes, filters essential tubes, which is an essential tube and a lever, and the great wood plank in the middle. Again, it's in your thumb and obcon. And all we do with those is just drop them straight on top. 1, 2, and we just hit it with a wand, if I remember rightly. There we go, alchemical construct. That looks cool. More importantly, it looks like it's capping off the crucible, and yeah, I'm still upset that there's no way to clean this up. Well, no way I know of. It just stays here and doesn't ever leave. So, what can we do with this? Well, we can insert items, and let's just say we want Alumentum, so we actually do need some coal. In my case, I'm going to use charcoal, because that's the renewable source that we do have. Aside from me burning saplings like crazy. If you see the amount of wood that I'm picking up, it's a lot. And I'm going to try that out with steam to see whether it can keep up. I'm obviously got barrels and barrels and barrels. I could put this in a better storage than barrels, but I've just never bothered so far. Let me just double check, make sure. Yeah, you see we're empty on these. It produces so much, a bit of a bug with this. You see that harvester on that side cuts leaves, which gets added to this, which gets converted into the herba. This one doesn't cut leaves, it's set not to. The only problem with this is that over time, if that harvester cuts the trees down faster than this one, that means the saplings aren't cut. So over time, you end up with no saplings in the machine down there, and all of them up here. They're set to round robin. So sometimes end up here, sometimes down there, and it seems like with round robin, there's just not enough actually hitting down there. So what I may just do is block these off temporarily and just see what happens. Eventually what will happen is it'll fill it with saplings, the pipes will block, and I'll have to void them somewhere. That's okay too. I can just put that as the last route. In fact, yeah, I can do that with this. I'm being silly. What I can do here is you are last route. So now it should go to that machine first before this one. And it's already started back up. Anyway, distracted. What was I doing? Ah, yes, charcoal. So down here, I've got a machine creating charcoal. And just dig a little bit. We've got a block in the middle, and on this side, I should have wood going in there, you know. That's a lot. Maybe it's actually just because this machine hasn't been running for a while, it hasn't actually cut any wood down, and because it hasn't cut any wood down, it hasn't powered anything into the furnace. Fine, what we'll do is I'll just put a stack of wood in there to get it started again. So it is a renewable source that does stay full, just that over time get this issue. But for now I'm just going to take the charcoal and I'll fix that later so that everything continues to work. Okay, so here we go. There we go, sorry, just move the thing down. Just want to keep it at this kind of height. And I may move it one back once I've actually got all this worked out. But yeah, so we have the charcoal. And if we drop it in, you'll see that it stores this. There's a recipe, Alumentum. Now by default this whole machine can only do one recipe. We can expand it later, but for now I just want Alumentum. So this is locked it in. So as long as you keep supplying it with charcoal and these, it will continue to producing Alumentum. Fair enough. So let's get a chest temporarily. Well, no, not too temporarily, in fact. Some item ducts are probably going to need more than that. Yeah, you'll do. Servos maybe. I'm gonna need to. I think I am actually. So what we're gonna do is set up a machine to feed this. As long as we keep it with a renewable source, effectively to give us permanent, infinite Alumentum, which is good. Now, coal. If we look at the recipe for Alumentum, coal plus these three of each of these, gives us one Alumentum. If we burn Alumentum itself, it gives us 5 of each of those, if I remember rightly. Fish. No, still 3 per detail, but 5 of the other 2. So ideally you want to keep feeding back all of these. So that port at the front, that's where it ejects everything. So it's going to eject into this chest. And just to demonstrate that, can we actually get it going? Now let's just do the other bits first. So what we want to do, feed into the sides are the ingredients. So those are the the actual aspects. So we want ignis, peditio, and Ensure. Fair enough. Now, Alumentum will of course give us all of those. But we need to fire this up to start off with, so we need something else to give us those. And I think coal does too. Let's just double check. In fact, I have a really not scanned charcoal. Okay, that's 2 of each of those. Fine. What if coal's any different? Natural coal. Doubt it is. Probably the same stuff. Look. Yeah, no, exactly the same. Which means all we actually need left is peditio. So we can make that from a bunch of different stuff. This is only to start it up, I suppose. Once it's starting up, it should burn and produce more, so yeah. Okay, so to get started, we're going to need to feed ingredients into it, and let's do that with we've already used. Yeah, here we go, the alchemical furnace. I'm going to need 2, so I'm going to need some of these arcane stone blocks. That's where our crucibles come in handy, and some furnaces. Fine. 2. Just dropping some of these back in the inventory. Okay, so do we want furnace? Oh, let's just 2 of those. Got the 2 crucibles, and the rest was stone blocks. Fine. So we're just going to drop these. Either side should be fine. I'm going to offset this by 1 just because I want to have pipes. I'm going to have 2 stacks here, 1 stack here, 1 stack here, with pipes running across, actually entering this. So, you know, we want 1 either side. And we're also going to need an alembic, which you need gold and flux and all kinds of stuff like that. So let's just grab those. 4. I'm low on gold. Let's get you. What else do you need? Buckets. Iron, flux filter, fine. Flux filters, if you remember, are quite easy. We just want 4 of those. Done. And buckets. Yeah, we're getting really low on the ones, so let's just recharge it. One, 2. There we go, 1 either side. And let's connect them. I'm not sure I'm going to need 4 for this actually, but just to start off with. Base, and right click with a wand. There we go. Also want labels. What we'll do. Alright, so let's start this up. Temporarily, I'm going to put a few charcoal in the bottom of each one. And in one of them, I'm going to put charcoal on the top. And watch with our labels. So, you are labelled Potentia, you are labelled Ignis. Straightforward. So, inside, once these start building up, once I've got things right, they should begin importing. Why you know import? Ah. No, you really should be importing. One second, let me check this. Yeah, and I forgot. See that? Heat source. Kind of necessary. Kind of needed. I forgot. Oh, please say I've got some nitro. I don't want to throw more stuff in the cauldron. I hate the crucible even. I hate the crucible. Yeah, one left. So we're just in one. Now I guess I don't get to move it back without making more. Oh well. Sacrifices, sacrifices. And there's our heat source. So now it should be getting importing. There we go. Ignis, that's coming in. Why? Why am I not getting Potentia? Do I always have to input into the top? That'd be annoying. And I've only got 3 tubes. Okay. And I'd need 4. Oh, of course I would. Quicksilver, glass and gold. Yeah. I really doubt this is the reason, but I gotta go try anyway. 1, 2, 4. Nope, still not accepting it. Right, be right back when I look at this. Ah, it turns out I'm just not doing something wrong. It has to be in a certain order. Fine. So let's just connect these back up. At least that's the way it looks. Where are you? Two. Fine. So we want the. Did we actually say we wanted for the other one? We wanted to kickstart it, didn't we? So stone will do. And let's just label you. Don't much care what's in this bottom one, to be honest. It's not really needed. So here you see Litio and Potentia coming in from the stone. What that should do is create Alumentum. Great, we got Alumentum. But because we got Alumentum, we can now do stuff with it. Like feed it back into the same machine which is getting these out of. Which is good. Now, Alumentum actually does the job of 3 things, so I wonder if I can just stack these. Let's just give it a chance to make some. Oh, yeah, it's all cooked up. Let's wait for it to finish. It pretty much has. These are empty, I think. Yeah, there you go. Fine, so will this work? Seems I just can't shift click into that, but I can just dump things fine. So we're getting all the elements we want. Now, because not all of them are 5, if I remember rightly. Oh no, no way, they are all 5. Yeah, that's just me being silly. Fine. So we should be building up a surplus in here now. See them all burning? We do want feed in more here. Should be fine, and it's going to produce more Alumentum, which we can feed back in via this. Should be able to. Here we go. So there goes our Alumentum. Hopefully that should get included. Yep, there we go, back up to 6. Now, I'm not sure whether this is a bug. Don't blame me if it gets fixed, because right now, I mean, granted you are still burning charcoal, yes. But, what we're also able to do, you see this charcoal at the bottom, if we get enough of a surplus, and we can probably do this on both sides to be honest, if we get enough of a surplus, sure why that's hissing. Oh, hang on. It shouldn't be hissing. I think that's actually a bug still. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, just been temperamental in my connection. Fine. So, with this just one cooking up, you really should, given enough charcoal, be able to get enough Alumentum to both fuel it and burn it. And if we can do that, maybe with 2 of these, I'll have to give this a try off camera. If I can build this up, then that will then mean we're just basically just feeding in charcoal to the machine. It's converting permanently into Alumentum, which we can then use elsewhere. Alumentum's a much better source of power, and we just continually feed it into the bottom of here maybe, which will then keep it fueled for all the refilling needs we ever have. Off camera, while I go and sort the rest of this out, and I'll be... And we're back. So, here's what we've got so far. I was wrong again earlier. Yeah, we do only get 3 Peditio from Alumentum burning, so we do need an extra source of Peditio, which is fine. We can use cobblestone. And to burn that, we just do it just like normal. We get Peditio and Saxum. Saxum is going up into an Excentia tube and down into a void jar. Void jars will store 64, and when they run out, they'll just delete it basically. It'll just go nowhere, off into the void. So, because of that, this never really fills up, so it'll continue burning through and putting it into the void jar, which is exactly what we want. Now, we want one of our usual great machines. The Aqueous first. It's 2. And our buckets of water as normal. 1. 2. And you should now be regenerating. You are. Cool. And we're going to be outputting straight into an igneous extruder, just like you'd expect. That needs to input from the bottom. And we need to get 1 more bucket, this time of lava. And if you haven't done this before, that's easy because you can just get lava straight from our ender tank. No need to go and hunt deep underground or anything like that. There we go. It's on and producing cobblestone. Now all we need to do is pipe the cobblestone straight into our furnace, and it ejects, so I don't need any servos. It's going to go in. The bottom is Alumentum. That's been created by this whole system. Just like over here, the Alumentum has been created by this whole system. And now that we've started it up with coal, I was wrong earlier. I thought I continued to need charcoal for some reason. I do not need charcoal. I just need Alumentum. 32, 32, 32. Oh, yes, sorry. I do need coal. Yes. I forgot. It's for here. It's the catalyst. So everything else is fine. The system is gaining, but it does need a source of, it does need the catalyst. For that, we need get thing like an ender chest. Now, if we need item ducts here, let's see. Hopefully we don't. And you could be a lot neater about this. You could use the same entire item duct system and set up, you know, filters and all kinds of other things like that. I'm just doing a simple setup here. I'll probably clean this up later and sort it out that way. This definitely won't eject, however, so I'm definitely going to need a servo for this one. Okay, that's white at the moment. I've not dyed it yet. I will do later. All I need to do now is connect the other half of this up to wherever I'm going to make charcoal. Or good point, actually. We could make it here. All I need is wood. Because we've got a fuel source. If we've got enough of that alumentum coming in, we should be able to burn it as fuel. Yeah, we should be able to burn it as fuel. So maybe I just want wood. Let's see if we can do it on site. Because I don't fancy cooking it up to that other Oh, come on, really? Okay, my connection's going. I'll be right back. So here we go, and yes, I'm aware of just how ridiculous this all looks. Yeah, I'm gonna have to compact this. It's possible to get it in a very, very small space. I just want to keep it quite open at the moment just so I can explain it piece by piece. So, what we've got is cobblestone coming from our igneous extruder into the bottom here. That's producing infinite peritio, infinite saxum. Saxum is going straight into the void jar. We do not need it. That's infinite peritio. That's one of the ingredients we want. Other side of things, now we've bootstrapped it, we're getting pretty much all the aluminum we want as long as we're producing enough, and it selects them. It's in round robin at the moment. I'll keep an eye on it, rebalance things at least until it gets a head start. See, there's some, does that go into the top? No, it's going to the bottom. Let's just rebalance this a little bit. Again, Alumentum in this one. Remember, with item ducts, if you want them, you need to go put them into the bottom of the furnaces if you want them to go into the fuel side of things. This side, we want them to go into both sides, so both sides it is. That's the front side of things. On the back side of things, we've got our wood farm, an ender chest, which I'll probably also use the same, which is just white at the moment. Coming straight from the wood farm, and it's reasonably slow, this influx, so we should be fine. An iron furnace from IC2, it's a bit better than regular furnace. It's receiving alumentum along the bottom, just another one of the round robin selections. That's 4 different places it can go to at the moment. This one in 2 places, this one in 1 place, and this one in 1 place. Receiving wood in the top and outputting the moment out of the back. Obviously I'd compact this and make so this ridiculous pipe isn't here, but out comes the charcoal, up into the top and into the catalyst. The catalyst is where everything is created. So what we should have is pretty much an infinite source of alumentum now. Once it gets going, the round robin, I'll probably update this all to impulse just so we've got a quicker thing going. The round robin should make sure everything is fully stocked. 2 short potential there. We got 32 in Ignis. Well, we're short on Ignis. Why are we not getting Ignis? Why are you not burning? Does it really need charcoal? I swore this would burn alumentum. Maybe it's this top thing. Maybe, yeah, because this is full, it can't extract any more out of the alumentum. So I'm going to need another void jar. Yeah, here we go. So, do I have any jars? Usual at this point, I find no, I've not got any void jars. Sacrificial void jar. Going with me. Void jar goes in the left hand side, and we need 2 more things. Obsidian. Got some cooking back here because I need it for hardened glass. Yeah, 60. Why not? And an ender pearl. Got over a stack of those now. Need to automate that soon. Okay, back we go. We want, give me 1, 2 void jar. So we want, got some labels, that's all great. So, oh, this is horrid. I'm getting my OCD straight back. I need to actually fix this. But temporarily, 1 and 2. So in comes the Peditio. Label that. So what that should now do is free up the front to continue processing Alumentum. There we go, see? It's now processing. So we don't need Peditio from this side, but it still gets produced by the Alumentum, so we need to get rid of it somehow. That's what the void jar's for. Same thing on this side, but for Saxum, because this is coming from cobblestone. And on this side, we've got Potentia and Ignis. They're both going into the center. In comes our charcoal, and we're getting Alumentum. Now the Alumentum will hit here, and then back round the system we go. That is pretty complete. That, with renewable wood and an infinite source of cobblestone, you get infinite Alumentum. And Alumentum is a really, really good fuel if you have a look at it. Where we got some, it's double the EU of charcoal. In fact, that's quadruple the EU of charcoal. Sorry, it's coke that I think is the 8K one. So that is a really good fuel source. Once that's built up enough, this chest I will then use as another output all the way over to this, and which will keep it permanently stocked. And then we can probably put it into another ender chest and use it elsewhere in the system, wherever I need actual fuel to burn things with. There we go. So, thanks very much for watching for this episode. Next episode, I'll probably going to make some runic armor. And hopefully by that time, the open blocks, open peripherals, I think is the bug, will be fixed so that I can, you know, right click on 2-dimension for argument's sake, and that this whole system will work. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Look forward to seeing you next episode. Feel free to subscribe, leave a comment below, and we'll go from here. And in case you're still watching, here's the compacted version, very, very quickly. I just move these so they're flat, move the furnace right behind this crucible, move the chest, the ender chest behind that. I just rerouted the item decks a little bit. Everything pretty much now is going underneath this crucible, and everything is working just fine. Just having to keep an eye on it just as the actual Alumentum builds up. See, starting to build.